place at the moment, 4 points behind Barrow and Warrington, as 5 clubs compete for the last 4 places. Wigan would have been well in the running had they not lost 7 consecutive First Division games in September and October. Wigan are without David Stevenson, and Dennis Ramsdale continues in the centre. And in the front row, that promising young prop Jeff Cunliffe is back after his ankle injury. And at scrum half, there's a great duel in prospect between players who were rivals and friends on the 1979 Tour of Australasia. Gary Stevens has been the starter motor for the Wigan attack since he signed from Castleford, and Wigan's moves revolve around him. He's scored 8 tries himself this season and made a lot for others. Against the wily Stevens is Alan Redfern, just as experienced and just as canny. Alan's a drop goal expert and a superb line kicker. He's dropped 8 goals and scored 2 tries this season. Northern have moved rapidly up the table after a poor spell and beat Warrington 21-0 at Wilderspool last week. They're in 6th place with the 2nd best defence in Division 1 after Hull, but against this, only Whitehaven and Wakefield Trinity. Anybody warm? Play on to give it. There's Nixon to receive that. Yes. William putting the side. No ball. Come to it. So missed that one. That's skin. Didn't bounce in the field. Is a goal for my double kick. Shaw, Stevens, Stevens smashed that one. Oh, attacking half. Bradford inside to Rafflo. That's been a game against Ridley. Again. Oh, it's no, dropped the ball. Been beat by the pass and Noble dropped it.
Alan Rathbone making a most slack defence here, and the try they're taking, Brian Willis on to hold the score.
Anderson getting it on Alice. Good attack this. Northern. Smith to Carroll, Alan Redfern. Oh, nice change of direction, but he's lost, but may well have lost possession. No, he's hung on. Mr. Gibbons got to the DK. Alan retains possession. Hanley drop the one. Carroll. But a penalty. So they get to bite the cherry side. Maybe an easy one, but he's taking a lot of precautions with it and ignoring the crowd. The individual puts it over. Wigan clubhouse, adding insult to injury. There is the damage, straight through the door, through the window, and Wigan members with glove. Wigan trailing by 2-0. Scott plays it to Cliff. Scott to Campbell. Hodgins, Scott, intricate move on ring, Stevens, and Bradford over the 25. And Wigan now had a further chance to move in on the try line. Stevens through, Mumby's there, and Mumby decides to feel it. It's tall, and it's advice. Looking lively. Drop up final then under the post. It's not a bad one. It's Hornby picking up into his own half. Campbell. That's not he would do against Northern. Hodgkinson. Kiss, Scott, Stevens, SB, Stevens again, Shaw, and, well, that could be a penalty. It is indeed unlucky because Alan Redfern touched it, it rolled forward to Carroll, and since Carroll was in front of Redfern, however unlucky, he was in an offside position. That's fairly fortuitous penalty to Wigan a chance to equalise. He needs this one to get on the score sheet. He's trying to get on the score sheet. Yes, again, with six tackles and they're very close to the line. They're going to have to be a tough defence and work a few moves. Well, there's that ball with Scott. Stevens, Campbell, Ramsdale. Ramsdale still running, but taken beautifully by Hanley. Gill going for the line. 5 yards out. To Stephen at the second attempt, to Whitfield. Shaw, Whitfield again, Whitfield! Oh, and dropped by anybody. If Wigan, Nicholson dropped it, but Wigan still have it. How much more possession do they need? Hodgkinson. Scott, Ashby, Ramsdale slipped as he went for the line. Ashby, Kiss, Nicky Kiss. Away. Scott to Campbell, to Ramsdale, flying out to Gill, but no way through yet. Gill's coming infield now for the line, and he's going in. Now there it is. He took a lot of scoring when it was it. What a good try. It just went on. That's the really did that. Now what go? Comes off that right foot, straightens up through defence, through Keith Mumby for a magnificent individual time. Henderson Gill still trying all season at a time when Wigan fans give us despair of Wigan Bradford. They have so much more, so much possession, so much attack, but it Hornby, who fields it. Grayson and Ellis to bring down. Stevens, 10 minutes before half-time, leading 7-2. Aspie to Whitfield, always ready to come into the line. Hornby, Kiss, oh, 3 of them through and get up. Hornby's away. He's on the speed and under the post. Great try made by Kiss, refused to be tackled, and Hornby finished it.
Watch this great forever. Look at this. Taking on the inland and going around after number 13, straightening up. Keith Mumby makes it, he flickers up to Jim Hornby, who is a flyer, and he's away between the posts. Nicky Kiss made that one magnificent. No catch from Jim Hornby.
Whitfield with that will make it 12-2. Under the post, no danger. 12 points to come to the coach. Sunny side. Cycle football. Fish it out. Yeah, like raising further and that Radlone, Harry Van Bellen, yes, somebody's in, Barrett. Oh, yeah, no. David Barrett from the break.
A try more badly needed. Ian Van Bellen doing very well here, passing the right side. Keith will be judging it as superb. Simple try, although he makes them of it. And more than that one.
Made that for their friends. Alan Redford, leader of Bradford North today. And there was a time when Keith Mumby was taking this hit, but it seemed Harold who was taken over with a vital tuck. 12-7. Good luck for Lockwood at half-time by 5. Swerving wide and by 5 they'll have to settle for. Seconds of normal time remaining. Wigan 12, Bradford more than 5, and certainly we have a lot of action this first half and 3 good tries. David Barnes will get run dead. Play will restart from the 25. That's half time by our watches. The watches that matter, those are the 2 timekeepers. Sanderson, Gary Van Bellen. Well, Northern have got a long way to go until time to do it. Right well, what a little bit by this over the halfway line. Now, Van Bellen to hand it to David Furr. David Furr, there's no way down. There's a join us the second half of the break. Idle Campbell loaded up. And for his comments in the first half, David Ox.
An important game as well. He's done the rules to keep the ball alive. We're going to have a position. It's put Bradford Northern under real pressure. Tendency to over-operate earlier on, and despite the promptings of Gary Stevens and the running of Danny Campbell, it took that marvellous individual try by Henderson Gill to turn possession in point. Northern, well, they've tackled superbly of always and had to live on scrap division. It took all the courage character. Back with that important David Barron's try just before break. It's very warm here. The ground is hard. A real test of stamina. Courage and character will win the game. And so sides coached by these two coaches, Maurice Bamford, Peter Fox, have an abundance of those two qualities. It's not over yet by a long way.
And Wigan are inside the Bradford northern half, and the high one by Stevens. Oh, Mumby didn't get it first time, and it bounces dead. And I think Mr. Gibbons is ruling that Mumby... No, Mumby did not touch the ball. He didn't appear to. So, played from the 25. Ellis playing it himself and going down the middle, and still going. Ian Ellis, a good break for Northern, come out to try to pull back this 7-point leeway early in the second half. Rathbone, Carroll going down the middle, almost slipping through. Good tackle by Cunliffe. The ball played. Rathbone, Carroll, Hanley going towards the 25. An early score for Northern would really put them back in the running. They're 12-5 down, but there's Carroll trying to find a gap. Mr. Gibbons telling Wigan to get back. Sanderson, Redfern the dummy to Sanderson, this big forward, a little further, and the try by Carroll. What a good try, and one Northern needed. Made by Redfern and Sanderson for Carroll, and that puts Bradford right back in it.
Well, look for the fine, intelligent play by Phil Sanderson. Number 7, taking the inside pass, Alan Redfern giving the inside pass to number 10. There he goes. Phil Sanderson does very well to get the ball away to Dean Carroll, supporting as a good off-half should. And a very, very fine try at an important junction for Northern.
Yes, it's 12-10 from 12-2. A try just before and a try just after half-time. And Maurice Bamford, not surprisingly, looking thoughtful now. And Will Smith, his assistant. Noble is acting half-back. Ellis, Alan Redfern. Running into Campbell and Hopkinson. Sanderson. Over the halfway line. Redfern, Carroll, Jaziewicz. Carroll, good play by Northern. The 6th tackle. Redfern, Rathbone. And over the 25 on the 6th tackle. Northern packing with Gary Van Bellen in the front row. Jeff Grayson has gone off, substituted by Dick Jaziewicz. And they get it. Redfern tried to work a dummy move with Rathbone. Half full position this for Northern. They pull back with 2 tries to 12-10. Another one now would put in front. Played to himself by Hanley, as elusive as Gill. 10 yards from the Wigan line. Redfern. Into the corner is David Smith. Well worked try. Lovely blindside move. Redfern putting in David Smith.
Fine play from Alan Redfern, number 7. There he is in possession. Watch him spread the defence with this beautifully timed long pass that leaves David Smith the easy chance to go into the corner, which he does with great alacrity.
Difficult one for Dean Carroll. It's way out on the touchline. Good effort, but off target. So just 1 point in it. Half an hour to go. Anybody's match. Wigan 12, Bradford Northern 13. Pendlebury, Stevens, on the burst is Scott. Scores, Scott, what a great break! Good running by Mick Scott! Oh, 1 yard short, but still the momentum is there. Offside, must be offside, Northern. This will be a penalty. Penalty, and this could bring the lead again for Wigan.
Great break by number 13, Mick Scott here, going through the Northern defence like a knife through butter. But watch this tremendous cover tackle by big Gary Van Bellen. Marked just inches short of the line, the sort of tackle that makes all the difference between winning and losing a vital league match.
Jeff Cunliffe has just come off. As tense as anyone. Here's Whitfield now. Really vital kick. Oh, he's missed it. Well, it was a simple enough one. You don't normally expect to miss those, and it means Wigan still trail. Well, if Wigan end the day losing by that 1 point, Colin Whitfield will feel a little unhappy. The ball goes in. This time it's Redfern for Bradford Northern, tries to hand off Stevens. Carroll, right down the middle. Barons. Carroll saw the gap and shot through it. Hanley, Ellis, Redfern, Rathbone knocked on. Disappointment there for Alan Rathbone. He's played so well, but now Wigan have it. Quarter an hour remaining. Wigan trailing 12-13 in possession. Kiss gets it to Hodkinson. Gets it out to Gill. Gill pushing 2 or 3 men off, having to go sideways to find the gaps. Stevens. He was held, that's a penalty. He was brought down and held. So that's a very kickable penalty. Mr. Gibbons indicating that Stevens' arm was on the ground and he was tackled.
Gary Stevens coming onto the ball here from Mick Scott, falling in the tackle, and yes, quite clearly the forearm touched the ground there, and that by definition is a tackle.
This would make it 15-12 to Northern. Straight and true, over, 15-12. A little more breathing space for Northern, who've come back from 12-2 to 12-15. Nicky Kiss is doing his job. Aspie to Whitfield up in the line. The long one to Gill. Gill having to go inside to try to avoid the touchline, then outside again. Whitfield at the play the ball to Pendlebury, to Campbell over the 25-yard line. Getting up to play the ball to himself quickly, going on, looking for someone to pass it to. A little near the line, 15 yards out. Stevens, Scott, but Scott doesn't do much with it. That's the 5th, just dies with it. Kiss, Stevens, the kick through for Hornby, who gathers and scores. And perhaps there was a little bit of a push in that somewhere, but certainly Mr. Gibbons has ruled that Hornby gathered the kick ahead, but I think he put an arm in before he got it.
Well, watch this canny little kick by Gary Stevens on the 6th tackle, slotting it over the top. Now Jim Hornby, number 2, just coming into the picture there, follows really well. It bounces well for him, and he's over for a very important try.
Wigan are back in front again, or will be if Colin Whitfield lands this. Oh, he's missed it. Redfern to feed, wheeled out by Kiss, who's done a good job. Aspie. Stevens. Kiss. Campbell. Pendlebury to Scott. Well, is this the position? One more drive and then a drop goal. Pendlebury. Kiss. Stevens. Pendlebury. Pendlebury going for the post. This is the last one. Surely there's a drop on here. At 15 all. Whitfield. He's wide. It's not his afternoon. Rathbone. Wanting to play the ball. Letting Linshaw know that. Carroll. An elusive standoff half. More than inching their way nearer the Wigan post. Hanley. Almost at the 25. Over the 25, they'll be within drop goal range. Hale. And the last one. Hanley, but he's smothered. Just 2 minutes of normal time remaining. Wigan 15, Bradford Northern 15. Both sides looking for the score, which would get the valuable 2 points. Get up, says Mr. Gibbons. The ball goes in. Big push on. Mr. Gibbons looking to see who's got the ball underneath that pile. Somebody's got it. Alan Redfern's got it for Northern. There's David Redfern, his brother. So this could be the clincher. Ellis. Redfern to Carroll. Alan Redfern again trying to work the move with brother David. But Alan Redfern couldn't get it out. Tense moments for Wigan these, and for Northern, who must sense that victory is there for the taking at a time when Wigan have little time to come back. The drop. Carroll, and it's over. That's all that might be needed. Carroll's sixth drop goal, it could be the winner. Probably be a bit of added time, but not a lot. We've had 40 minutes. Well, now, can Wigan heal this ball, move into the Bradford 25 and perhaps snatch at least a draw? It's been that sort of a game. Penalty to Wigan. Alan Redfern fed his own feet. Well, all precious time being wasted. But it's a little nearer as Colin Whitfield puts it close to the corner. 30 seconds of added time. The possibilities here for Wigan, and I wonder if they know what time it is. A variety of moves, and then, oh well, on the first one, it's the kick ahead. Is someone under the post there? It's a Wigan man holding the ball right on the post. What a finish. There's a hooter. Wigan 15, Bradford Northern 16. A breathtaking game and a breathtaking finish. And we'll get the thoughts of David Oxley.
A real thriller. Two very important points at stake here this afternoon, and in the end it was Bradford's courage and